Today we are going to talk about posture. My name is Dr. Jason Fox from Glenbourne Chiropractic, and we think posture is really important as chiropractors. What we want to talk about today is the importance of why posture is important to us. Well, it's very important because today, more than ever, we stand and we sit long periods of time. 90% of the US workforce works on a computer these days. And these are important things to note because sitting, as you know, is the new smoking. So what does that mean? It means that the prolonged periods of sitting without activity increase risks of cardiovascular disease, respiratory illness, and many other neuromusculoskeletal problems. So we want to keep people moving. And we know that prolonged postures contribute to abnormal postures. And these are some of the things that we try to correct at Glenbourne Chiropractic. So when we're talking about normal posture, I'll have Mary Beth, our lovely assistant, come in here. Now, when she's standing here, when we look at somebody with proper posture, and she's going to sit up straight and tall, okay, and we're going to look for their eyes being level. We're going to look at the shoulders being level across the front, okay. We're going to look at this part of your hips being lined up. We want to look to the outside of the knee, okay, and make sure that this is lined up and that they're equal. And then the malleolus, or the bone on the lateral part of your ankle. When you look at this, you want to see it lined up. When we look at posture from a side point of view, okay, we want to see that it's lined up on this plane. We want to see that right behind the ear, this little lumpy bone, okay, is lined up with the shoulder, which is lined up with the elbow, which then lines up with the hip, the knee, okay, and then again, that lateral bump on the outside of your ankle. Thank you very much, Mary Beth. So these are the normal things we look at when we're standing. When we're seated, there's a few other things we want to look at. So we're going to bring a chair in here, and Mary Beth's going to sit down for me. Okay. Now this is where a lot of the problems occur, because when we're sitting in prolonged states and the technology we use today, often we get into different postures with shortened muscles in the front of your body and weakened muscles in the back. We often get anterior head carriage, which causes a loss in the curve of your cervical spine. Loss of your cervical spine is becoming more and more common, we see, in young adults who are using technology regularly, laptops, iPads, and various forms of personal communication devices and playing devices. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that when we're sitting at our desk, that our hands are at our workstation or keyboard about this level. A lot of people work with their arms elevated and up, and this causes a lot of shoulder tension that's unnecessary when sitting throughout the day. So we want to have our arms nice and low. We want our hips and our legs to be at an angle pointing downward. We want our feet to be flat on the floor. Now, a lot of people, when they're sitting throughout the day, often experience that they're restless, that they got to get up and move. We encourage people to move every 20 minutes to every hour based on what their demands are at their workstation. And we really want to keep people reminded. Go fax something if you still do that. Go to the water cooler, have a chat. Whatever you need to do to get moving. Okay, it's very important. So as well, when we're sitting in these stations, we want to make sure that our shoulders are back and our computer screen, okay, is at 12 degrees downward so that we're not looking up, creating all this stuff happening. We want to be in a comfortable spot where we're able to do our work, okay? Thank you very much, Mary Beth. So, that being said, posture, workstation ergonomics are very important. We have a little pamphlet on ergonomics, okay, that we like to give out to everybody anyways. They're free at the clinic. We try to give information out as often as possible because a lot of the stuff that we do is something you can take home and practice. As well, we give stretches. We give other sorts of activities and exercises for people so they can strengthen their core, they can strengthen their posture, and avoid a lot of these problems that occur with poor posture, such as sciatica, carpal tunnel syndrome, neck pain, headaches, and a plethora of other problems that occur due to poor posture.